How about Soto last night? It's a 2-run home. I almost fell over. Soto setting the tone. 2-run home run in the first inning. Wow. Oh, my God. Then Nimmo hits a 3-runner. They got 5 runs off this kid. I forget the kid's name. He's a good pitcher. Perez, is that his name? For the Marlins? He's good, right? Right? They had 5 runs before they even got an out. And they wound up taking him out after 39 pitches and only getting 2 outs in the first inning. So the first inning was good. The second inning was better. After 2 out, nobody on, Soto hits a ball down the left field line. He gets a single on it. Okay, fine, whatever. And then Pete hits home run number 31. By the way, and this is my memo to Uncle Stevie, you better sign this guy. There better be no damn gray area at all with Alonso. And I was reading something the other day from my buddy John Heyman how the Astros have interest in him. And I'm going to tell you right now, this time, you're not going to be lucky like last year when nobody was signing him because, he's a one-dimensional player. He's terrible defensively. He's 30 years old, whatever. All the crap that we heard about Alonso last year, right? And he didn't have his best year, but whatever. It ain't going to be so easy because this time you're going to have teams actually going after him. And it would behoove Uncle Stevie, okay? Forget about the other guy, the genius. He don't want Alonso anyway. Probably still doesn't. Uncle Stevie, it would behoove him, okay, to sign Alonso before he gets the free agency. You don't want Alonso to get the free agency, okay? Give him 4 years and $125 million, something like that. I don't know. What do I know? But you better keep this guy here. Because I'm telling you right now, there will be a riot among the Met faithful if they let this guy walk. You cannot allow that to happen. So let me get that out there, okay? Alonso, 3 more hits last night, hit his 31st homer. He's got 110 freaking RBIs, all right? Okay? He's the OPS for everybody who gets delirious over OPS. You know what I mean? I mean, it's well over 800. He's been red hot now. He's starting to hit again, okay? And I understand maybe his exit velo isn't as good as Soto's is, okay? But in a big spot in the game, who do you want up? You want Soto or do you want Alonso? Whatever. They better freaking sign him. That's all I got to say. But that second inning, tremendous. Soto gets the hit. Alonso hits a home run. And then it's just like everybody just bashing the ball. They wind up with 7 runs in the inning. Oh, my God. How good was that? And the kid Tong, dude, what did he throw, 6 pitches in the first inning? Right? It was something like that. Winds up going 5. I don't know. He only gave up 1 earned run of 4 runs. But, gets through the 5th inning to get the win. First time in history, I find it's unbelievable, with all the great pitches the Mets have had over the years, first time in the history of the organization that 2 rookie starters won their first start, in the history of the team. McClain won his first start. Tong won his first start. How good has McClain been? McClain's been tremendous. I mean, you could really look to, the turning around of this season. So I think they're 9-4 since McClain came up and pitched that game against Seattle. I think that's what the number is. So they've really started to turn it around. They're hitting the ball. They're bashing the ball now. And, like I said, everybody's hit. Marte's hit. Vientos. All of a sudden, what happened to Vientos? Did he get a girlfriend or something? I mean, well, all of a sudden, this guy is killing it. You can't get him out. He had another home run last night. He had 2 more hits last night. He's got 4. This guy is driven in. I think he's up to 50 RBIs now. I mean, how many RBIs has he got, like, in the last 2 weeks? 14 homers. I mean, unbelievable how Vientos has turned his season around. And that's been huge. Beatty's hit. I mean, all of a sudden, and even with the injury to Alvarez, who's always hurt. I heard Pete Hoffman talking about it. This guy's hurt all the time. There's certain guys who are always freaking hurt. Every time I think of, like, a guy that's hurt, like, all the time, I think of Joel Embiid in the NBA for the Sixers, right? This guy, everybody goes delirious. Oh, Embiid, whatever. He's hurt all the time. Every time you turn around, he's hurt. Giancarlo's another guy that's hurt all the time, although right now he's been bashing it. When he's healthy, he's tremendous, but he gets hurt all the time. Odell Beckham got hurt all the time. There's certain guys, as good as they are, they're always hurt. And that's Alvarez. He's hurt all the time. Now, they really haven't missed him. Torrens has started to hit a 3-run home run last night, even pitched last night. It's crazy. 3-run home run last night. So he started to hit, right? Even him. So they are bashing the ball. But the problem with this team is not the offense. And really all year as I drink my coffee, let me get my coffee again for those who care. Here we go. Good to the last drop. Alex, you have your coffee yet or no? No? You drink coffee?
I don't actually drink coffee.
No?
No.
What do you drink? Those energy drink nonsense? So you don't drink anything?
I'm just all natural.
All natural?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I hope you're dressed today. I mean, I hope so. But, all right, so you don't drink any of that. What do you no coffee, no caffeine at all?
No, maybe on an off day, maybe like a Coke.
Maybe a Coke. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm drinking my coffee now. But the Mets, the problem with the Mets is not the hitting. The pitching state. Let's be honest about this, okay? The bullpen is an absolute disaster. Okay, they all stink. Let's be honest about it. How Ryan Stanek is still on his team, somebody's got to tell me. How do you have not DFA'd this guy? I have no idea. He stinks. Reed Garrett stinks. He's hurt now, right? Barzabon stinks. They sent him back to the minor leagues, right? They all stink. And every guy, let's be honest about this too, every guy that the genius traded for at the deadline, everyone, they all stink. All of a sudden, Gregory Soto looked good for a while. Now he stinks. You got a lot of confidence in Tyler Rogers. Everybody says, well, Tyler Rogers, you can't put him in a game when there's runners on. He's got to start the inning. Stinks. And the worst is Hemsley. Oh, my God, how bad. I guess he pitched an inning. He pitched an inning. I didn't see it all because I passed out. You didn't need to see much after the second inning. It really was. You want to see Tong pitch. Outside of that, there wasn't much to see. But, I guess he pitched an inning last night. Didn't give up a run. Everybody wants to throw a party because he didn't give up a run when they're scoring 19 runs. Or even the other day when they won 13-3 against the Phillies, he got a clean inning. And everybody, I think he found himself. Really? And then the next night, he comes in the 8th inning, gives up that 2-run home run to Harrison Beta. Thankfully, the Mets won. He stinks, Hemsley. Stinks. Rogers stinks. Soto stinks. Stanek stinks. Garrett stinks. Barzabon stinks. The bullpen is an absolute disaster. The only guy in the bullpen that's any good is Diaz. Thank God. Diaz is great. He's the only guy in the pen that I have any confidence whatsoever in. The only one. And as far as the rotation's concerned, okay, we got the two kids now in the rotation, Tong and McClain. You got Peterson. After that, it's prayer. That's it. Senga stinks. Let's be honest about Senga. The bloom has come off the Senga rose. Nobody's swinging at the ghost fork anymore. The guy's lucky to give you 5, right? He's good for usual. Like he pitches 4 innings decently, and everybody, what? Come on. This guy's supposed to be the ace. He stinks too. And let's be honest, Minaya. Now maybe Manaya's still hurt. I don't know. He stinks. So they really got 3 decent starting pitchers. Clay Holmes is okay. The problem with Clay Holmes is he's really not a starting pitcher, even though they've tried to turn him into one. He never is going to pitch more than 5 innings, right? It would be nice if he caught the ball from Alonso the other night, but that's whatever. That was a bad game. And it looks like and really, they came out with a vengeance last night after that stinker they put up against the Marlins on Thursday night. But, Minaya is terrible. He's terrible. So they got 3 decent pitches if these 2 kids, continue to, McClain continues to do what he's doing and Tong turns out to be good. Peterson obviously is solid. Everybody else is terrible. Like I said, Holmes goes 5 innings. Holmes should be in the bullpen. Holmes should be in the bullpen at this point now in the season, where they're really going to need him. Tyler McGill, I guess, isn't he coming back soon? I'd put him in a rotation. Is he great? No. I like him better than Minaya or Senga. And I heard Pete talking about bringing in a guy like Walker Buehler. Look, the genius should have made the genius at the deadline. I'm talking about the guy who went to Harvard. The genius at the deadline should have traded for a starting pitcher. And why he didn't, I don't know. He brings in these 3 stiffs from the bullpen, right? And he doesn't trade for a starting pitcher. That made no sense to me. So that's the problem the Mets have. And look, the Mets, they'll make the playoffs. They're starting to put distance now between themselves and the Reds. They got a 5-game lead on them. I know they got to play 3 in Cincinnati next weekend. I get it, right? I doubt they're catching the Phillies. I know they beat them up this week. It was great. They got, 4 games in Philly coming up in next week, whatever it is, 2 weeks, whatever, right? They're not winning. They're 5 games behind in the division. They're not going to win the division. I don't see that. They still got a shot. I understand. I don't see it. And we'll see how far they go in the playoffs. But how far can they go with this pitching? How far can they go with the bullpen that they have? How far can they go when your starting pitcher's giving you maybe 5 innings, and then they got to get 12 outs out of this crummy bullpen, right? How far can they go? So I'm happy how they're bashing the ball now. I feel a lot better. 2 weeks ago, I was really ready to jump off the cliff with this baseball team. And the Yankees, too. And then now, of course, they're playing, the Nationals and the White Sox, and they're hitting 15 home runs a game. Good for them. As they're making them, they're only 3 behind Toronto now. But anyway, so for both teams, it's got a lot better than it was 2 weeks ago. There's no doubt about that. But I just don't see the Mets going that far in the playoffs with the pitching they have right now. And this bullpen is terrible. I mean, let's tell it like it is about this bullpen. It absolutely stinks. And there's nobody that you have. Maybe Brooks Raley, right? He's okay. He's okay. But the bullpen's terrible. They got 3 decent starters. If the kids pan out, continue. McClain pitches good. Tong turns out to be good. Peterson's solid. Outside of that, it's a major crapshoot with the starting rotation. So we'll see where we go. But look, I bet I feel a lot better today than I felt last week. There's no doubt about it. I feel a lot better than I did 2 weeks ago. But again, memo to Uncle Stevie. You better get Alonso signed. Because it ain't going to be that easy this time, and you don't want him getting to free agency. And I go back to the comments Pete made after he broke Darrell's record. By the way, and I love Pete. I love him. I do. And Strawberry's probably my all-time favorite Met. I love Darrell. He's my guy. I love him. In fact, I'm sitting here right now wearing a Darrell Strawberry T-shirt jersey, if you will. All right? Right now. So I love the guy. I got 3 of them. 3 different ones of Strawberry. My all-time favorite Met. My basement, which is a shrine to many things, sports and otherwise, is loaded with Strawberry stuff downstairs. So just let me throw that out there. I love Alonso, though. I love him. He's probably my favorite player on the team now is Pete Alonso. My favorite man. But the night he broke the record, he should not have said on that baseball down goes straw. What was he thinking? Pete, what are you thinking, Pete? Come on. I love you. What are you thinking? Darrell put a championship, helped put a championship on the board for my team. Don't be getting down on him. We got 2 of those, all right? We don't have a lot of them. And, Pete, I love you to death, and I want you forever on my team. But you still have yet to put one of those up. Let's hope you do. But the night that he broke the record, after the game I was watching the press conference, the night he broke Darrell's record, we hit the 2 home runs against against the Braves. Pete said, it's up to Steve and David to come through. Steve and David have to come through. That's it. And that's what they got to do. They got to come through, and they got to pay Alonso, and they got to keep Alonso as a Met for his entire career. And then eventually, number 20 will go up to the rafters. We got 2 guys on the team right now. Soto's got a long way to go till he's going to the rafters, okay? Well, hopefully he'll get there one day. We hope. He's going to be here for 15 years. But 2 guys right now, if Alonso plays his whole career as a Met, and Lindor. Lindor's going up there. And how about Lindor? This guy went from, he had an 0 for 30 earlier in the year. Then he had an 0 for 21. And remember, he got that bunt hit. I forget who was against now, but he got that bunt hit that started a big rally. I think Nimmo hit a 3-run home run after that, whatever. It might have been the Braves, too. And ever since he got that bunt hit, Lindor's been unconscious. I mean, he's getting 2 or 3 hits every game. Unbelievable. So he's going to the rafters, too, at some point. And, you know, he may be a Hall of Famer, Lindor. I mean, he may very well be. But nevertheless, good. All of a sudden, baseball in New York, you're feeling a lot better about the Mets. You're feeling a lot better about the Yankees. And we got 20-something, whatever it is, left to go. And we'll see where it all plays out. I think both teams will be in the playoffs. And then we'll see where we go from there. All right, 888-808-1019. Benigno on a Saturday. We're here till McMonagle at 9 o'clock. We'll be back with your calls after this.